What up, Agee?
What's up, Thrill?
Hey, man, here we go, man, with another WNBA recap. But also, man, this is NBA season time. Even though
Yeah.
I just got to say this too, man. Shout out to my Chicago Cubbies, man. I was a little disappointed. I was a little
Ah,
disappointed. They, the North Siders. We North Siders got to stick together, man. But I was even down here in San Antonio. I was pulling for the Cubbies, man.
they had
Even
the
though
city excited. They had the city excited for a hot second.
Oh yeah. I just hate them matchups where there's two cities where I spent a good majority of my life at. So I hated the Cubs and the Milwaukee series because I'm looking like, man, every time you
Yeah,
go into Milwaukee, the first thing you see is, the Laverne and Shirley pipes, but to your
yeah,
left is Brewer Stadium, and
yeah.
Marquette is like right there. So, but, you know, shout out to the Brewers too, man. But hey man, listen, the WNBA, there's so
Yeah.
much going on. They just finished up, you know, uh, Aja Wilson and the Aces. They win their third championship. First of all, just an incredible season for them because I didn't even think they was going to even make the playoffs, let alone win a championship. But man, I just got to give props out to Aja because she is a beast. That team
Yeah.
is a beast. I want to send a shout out to Julie Lloyd. She's a beast. I mean, it took a lot for her to not start, to let them, put somebody in there a little bit more youthful. And she became like this defensive ace. So, man,
Yeah.
and shout out to the coach of the Aces, man, just turning them around. But just, just, just nothing but love for what the WNBA is doing and what they are accomplishing.
Yeah.
But outside of that, the championship and all that greatness, there's some things that happened this year that I think is worthy of us actually talking about because even as great as the WNBA has been this year, they saw an increase in viewership,
Yeah.
1.3 million per game on ESPN. We still didn't get to see, some of the true power in the league. And when I'm talking about in particular, we could see Caitlin this much this year. This is kind of, you know, all the
Yeah.
talk was leading up to it, man. And so have they figured out who else can they tap into if Caitlin isn't there?
Oh man, it was a tough season for her. I mean, they never really stressed what her injury was for her not to be playing. It wasn't a season ending injury. So I wonder if that was just to, well, we got what's working right now. Old girl who stepped in was killing. That left hand girl, man, she was balling. But I mean, I think they looking to see if somebody else, some of these young players or Kate Burkers, had a great season.
Nafisa
Um,
Collier, she had a
Naf- Nafisa Collier and that whole situation what went down with that was nuts. So, hey, I
Alyssa
mean, hey,
Thomas, who I think is the LeBron James of the league. She a powerhouse, man.
dude, that it like she played football. It like she used to play football for real. And she took off her helmet and all that, and she still was like had padding on, like I'm ready to go. Man, she
She
knocked
she
Asia
a
Wilson.
block, man.
Hey, she knocked Asia Wilson down so hard and didn't even help her up. Got to arguing
Oh,
with her teammates. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm a foul
oh,
again. Like that, she come in here.
she listen, you talking about gritty?
Yeah, yeah,
Man. But
yeah,
his was crazy though, man. Even on top of all of that, the main storyline though is I think it's in the off season. WNBA players, man, and their money. We seen Nafisa Collier and what she had to say. I mean,
yeah,
they're voicing their concern. Even former players are saying it's time to pay these women. And the biggest thing is they're concerned about the leadership of the WNBA.
yeah,
They want the president fired. They're like, it's time for her to go. And I can understand why. Because when you start seeing all this money that's being made, you know,
yeah,
outside of you, you're looking at what you're doing to build a league. Because I'm
hmm
sure, and they're thinking they're like, well, this is supposed to which I think what the collective bargain agreement is all about, we are collectively saying we're doing this together.
Right.
But when you look at the players, and I want to give them to you, the monies that they're making, they're watching the league revenues go up and up and up and up and up, and their monies are staying the same. So currently, right now, a max player makes $102,000.
Six figures, that ain't bad.
It ain't bad, but when you got to be a dog to get that.
Yeah.
But then for a super max, and I'm not going to even compare this to the NBA because
you can't.
sit
That's
where they
apples and
sit.
oranges. You can't compare that.
But a supermax contract is $214,000 to $249,000. That's a supermax. A supermax right now in the league, I'm just going to throw it out there, but again, it is apple to oranges. You look at what them Celtics, J&J just signed for it. They signed over $300 million.
$300 million, both of them.
Both of them. You look at Devin Booker. Devin Booker just signed. He's going to be making $70 million a year. So, yes, we're talking about apples to oranges. And I think, to me, what's most disappointing is outside of all of the money, but this minimum money. So if you're just trying to make the team and you make the team,
yeah,
they're paying you $66,000.
Yeah.
So they're wondering why, these girls are and this is my question for you. My take on this is, if the WNBA is supposed to be the best league with the best players, and we're looking in the stands, they're full. It's not the situation where they're not getting jersey sales, they're not getting TV time. How is it then that the teams overseas, these young ladies, they got to go overseas and still go make this money if we got the best players in the best league? Yeah. What's your take on that, man?
Like you said, I think the president probably need to be fired. Get an independent review of how the monies is coming in and how it's being paid out, and seeing what's being not reported and what motherfuckers is holding back on, and what this player should be getting or what this player should be getting. I think they need a whole overhaul of the whole system, because there's new monies that has been generated from these women.
That is right there. And that's, to me, is the biggest issue. It's the new money. Yep. Nobody talking about that old money. This is the new money. And it's like, okay, why aren't they getting the new money?
Yeah.
Why can't they get the new money? Why aren't there even conversations about the new money? And I think that's what Nafisha Collier was talking about. Like, we out here, we tearing ACLs, we breaking ankles. Folks, she's like, we are driving this league. Now, I don't know if this statement was true.
Any merchandising that's being sold in the building, any concession stands. I'm talking about players' jerseys,
all of that.
The sponsors. What are the sponsors giving the WNBA league, and how are they dispersing that?
And I don't know if this is true, but this was one of the Nafisia's her issues. The president of the WNBA came out and said, if it had not been for the WNBA, these players wouldn't have the platform that they have to actually make all this money off the court. And I'm thinking to myself, like, yeah, but if you don't have the players,
you ain't got the league.
You ain't got the league. So like, why would you why would you say that? You know what I mean?
To a star player.
It's like, come on. And then again,
but
this is what the young ladies are saying.
If anything, she was supposed to say this: we're the league, and y'all are the players. We supposed to work hand in hand in building this thing. We can't build a league without the players. We can't build the players and with their platforms without having the league.
I just wouldn't have said that at all. I would have been like, listen, we are not a league.
I wouldn't have said that at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said that at all. I'm like, we are not a league without our players. And I would have said, I am so grateful that these young ladies are able to make great money off the court. This has been a win-win relationship, and now we need to fix the value of the league has risen, and so now the contracts need to play catch up.
Need to play catch. So the thing is, I personally don't like our girls going overseas, having to make that money. But some of them who make that minimum, they have to.
They gotta go
and
overseas.
they're not. They didn't. And these the girls that didn't get picked for the Unrivaled League. That's going to be playing here in the.
And shout out to the Unrivaled League. Shout out to Nafisa Collier.
Yep.
And Stewie for even creating the league. Here's what's crazy about that. They make more money in the Unrivaled League. How was that possible, Agee?
Stop it, dog.
How is that possible?
No, there's not. Are you serious?
They make more money in the Unrivaled League.
That's right. Because they have personal. Steph Curry is an investor in that league.
Yes. So you're trying to tell me with all the money that's been generated now for especially these new TV contract deals. I mean, they on Prime, they on ESPN, they on NBA TV, they on YouTube. How do you even feel comfortable as a league saying, yeah, $66,000, that's your value?
Yeah. I think at least if you they should at least minimum $100,000. That's the minimum.
Well,
base.
I'm gonna say this: if the collective bargaining agreement, if there's X amount of dollars that need to be spent, let's say if it's 51.49 or whatever the number is, then that needs to come up. If these franchises are worth, $300 to $500 million, you can't tell me that there shouldn't be girls in there making $1 million. Like, I think league minimum should be $1 million. It should be $1 million.
Then
they're not charging $2 a ticket.
Right. Well, right.
And again, with TV generated, I think it was like $2 billion deal that they signed with ESPN. That's just one. Where's that money at?
What did the Indiana Fever make before Caitlin Clark got there?
50 cents.
What did that franchise generate far as concessions? I mean, through a whole year of playing, what did they generate before Caitlin Clark got there? And then when Caitlin Clark got there, what is that franchise worth now?
Oh, you already know. We ain't even got to speculate. So one thing we know for sure, we know they making way more now than they did before she got there. That we ain't got to speculate on. Because not only just the Indiana, but wherever Caitlin went. She had that Michael Jordan effect. And it's not just Caitlin, it's Agee, it's Reese, it's Alyssa. I mean, it's Stewie, it's Sabrina. I mean, man, this league has grown to the point where this is how you know when your league is great, when you start calling people just by one name. I'm just saying, we're not saying full names anymore. We won't be going around Sabrina Ionescu. No, Sabrina. She's just Sabrina.
And I think the league caught on to that because now what they're trying to call it the W.
The W.
Not the WNBA, the W.
Oh. And you know why they're doing that, right? Because when you say the league, you already know what you're talking about. You already know you're talking about the NBA. Man, the league started up this week. Everybody already knows. And that's right. When you say the W, you automatically know what they're talking about. So your league has expanded. As a matter of fact, speaking of expansion, man, by the year 2028, 5 new teams will join. Now, I'm going to say this.
What's the 5 new teams? What city?
Going to be, well, in 2026, our next season, we're going to have Cleveland and Toronto. Their teams will, and then the next 3 teams between 2027 and 2028, we're going to get Detroit, Philly, and Portland.
Well, Detroit did have a team, the Detroit
Detroit,
Shock,
they
and
had
wasn't
a
it the
team.
Cleveland Rockers?
I don't know if Cleveland actually ever had a team. I know
Okay.
Detroit had Shock. All I
Yeah.
know is that they need to bring back the Houston Comets and give Cheryl and them girls the opportunity to all three of them. Bring them all three back and let them run that organization. Like, come on, man.
Hey, and I guarantee you, they will show how to run an organization and build something that was foundational. Them girls won what, 3, 4 in a row?
four, four,
Shit.
four.
You telling me?
Hey, man,
Tina
all I
Thompson,
know,
Cheryl Swoop, Cynthia Cooper can run that organization, bro.
easy, easy.
And
GM,
they
president, and coach.
and they'll go get some dogs.
Literally. Give them 3 years.
Yeah,
GM, president, and coach.
and coach. I love for Cynthia to be the coach, though.
Let me tell you something.
Cynthia got a coach.
Oh, cause she a dog. Yeah,
She a dog.
cause you can't put her in the office. She gonna come down
Hell
on the
no.
court anyway.
No.
She gonna come down on the floor anyway.
You know, like,
She gonna,
yo, hold all my phone calls. I'm gonna be in practice.
right. But you gotta make Tina Thompson the president because she's straight up business mind. She's like, listen, let's build it, let's grow it. And
Yep.
Cheryl, with all of her just expertise, her love for the game, man, she is. Matter of fact, she probably don't even want to coach anymore because you remember she was coaching Loyola Ramblers, the women's team over there
The
for
women's
years.
team. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
so she probably won't coach no more anyway. So you just make her the GM because she know talent.
Yeah.
She know talent.
And
But,
the first woman to have her own Nike shoe.
oh, come on now.
The Air Swoops. What?
Man. So that's the league in a whole right now. And I think the last thing is too, man, with the coaching changes. Seattle's going to need a new coach this year. The Liberty will need a new coach this year. I don't get either one, but I'm obviously more for New York. The previous season you win the championship. Yeah, you lose in the first round this year, but you had a lot of injuries. That was not the coach's fault, but
yeah, they was decimated.
Yeah, Stewie missed so many games. But what happens is too. I think what happened with coaches is when, just like with the Fever, they lost their main attraction, but for all purpose intended, they could have went to the finals this year. They caught fire at the right time, and they got behind their second biggest star and just, man, they different. But I'm loving that. But